I'm very excited about writing class this term. I wanted to give you a little orientation so that you have a glimpse at what this class will look like and hopefully answer some of your questions. My class is a no stress class. And what I mean by that is that we have so much that we're already doing, and we have other curriculum, and you guys have a teacher that gives you requirements, perhaps if you're in a charter school. This class is hopefully not pressure. My goal is to give the kids an opportunity to progress and grow in their writing, to learn to love the writing process, especially if they've not experienced that love before. Now that doesn't mean I don't have requirements for them, and I do have deadlines as well. However, my focus is giving them the opportunity to progress and grow. Maybe they'll do that by seeing something that somebody else writes and being inspired by it and realizing that that's something that they could do in their writing as well. Maybe it will be kids building some friendships and having fun. And maybe it will be just learning to love the process of writing and not ever having really experienced that before. No stress. No stress. Assignments will be given to your students. They will turn them in Google Classroom. The easiest way to do that, while it can be done on a laptop, for example, using the camera that's right here, I can place my paper there and I can take a picture. But the easiest way is to use a phone. The student takes a picture of their work. They upload it into Google Classroom right on the phone. They click turn it in and they're done. I will show them on the first day of class how to do this. If after I show them, you guys are going, what? I don't get this, then just let me know because I'm here to help. And I would love to help them to be independent learners and not need to rely on you very often. So let me know how I can help you guys and help them to get their work uploaded into Google Classroom. No stress. I'm here to help. Handwriting versus typing. You may have goals for your child to handwrite more. I've learned as I've watched my children grow up. I have a 9-year-old, but I also have some kids in college. They do not take notes very quickly or very well in college, and it's because they didn't have a lot of opportunities to do handwriting when they were in their untraditional school setting growing up. I've realized the value of having handwriting and learning to write quickly out of just practice and the use of it. This class may be one of the locations where you choose to have your student handwrite instead of type. Totally cool. If that happens, they'll take a picture of their work, they upload it, and I can often put comment bubbles or notes right onto their work to show them some of my thoughts and give them the compliments that I look forward to giving them. It is easier, however, to use Google Docs. If your student types it up into Google Docs, then I can quickly highlight something, suggest a different way to do it. They could click an accept button and within seconds it changes. It really helps with the collaboration and the ability to do proofreading very quickly. So that's the simplest way, perhaps for your student, certainly simplest for me. However, both are great. And so decide if handwriting is something that you want to encourage your student to do. And if this class is the location where you want to do that, no problem. Just let me know. All right, your job this semester is to just compliment your students' writing. That's it. That's your job. When we, and I did this with my own kids, when we give input or suggestions, they're just hearing criticism. All they're hearing is, I didn't do it well enough, I'm not good at this. And they can actually start to shut down in writing and not enjoy the process anymore because they know that they're just going to get counsel and correction and that they won't do it good enough. They won't do it well enough. So we don't want to stifle that process at all. And so I am encouraging you as a parent to just compliment their work. Just compliment it. Say, hey, nice use of an ly word right there. Or that was a really strong verb. Good for you. I love how you started your paper. Just compliment them and then walk away. Some of them will be waiting for you to give them the but. And I just want to encourage you to not do that this semester. Of course, if you do have something that you want to point out and you have a goal for your student, it really is time to use a capital letter in the front of every sentence because I know you can do this. Feel free to mention it to them. But what I would encourage you to do is to make your compliments after that every time they do that correctly. Hey, there you go, capital letters in the beginning. Well done. And just continue to focus on that for a little while instead of constantly giving input about lots of different things. If you do feel like you want to give them input, pick something that you think is most important, dwell on it for a little while, and then find other compliments to give. I promise that it can transform your students' writing. All right. If your book has not yet arrived, just let me know. I can upload pages for students to look at until your book arrives. Grading takes place in Google Classroom. In the end, however, you get to decide what your child's grade is. I'll just let you know what the classroom, grade book looks like. As I grade, here's what I do. Each week, I pick a few students to dive deep into their writing, to set personalized goals with them, and help them to become their next best self as a writer. And I'll read other people's work that week and complement it. And so sometimes your student will get deep input from me, and sometimes they will just get lighter input from me. And you'll know that every few weeks I'm diving deep into their abilities and helping them to set personalized goals. And writing is not about grade level. There's 3rd grade writing and there's 5th grade writing in traditional schools, but we're just writers. Our job is to write at our next level, whatever's our next best. In class, there may be students that are older mixed with youngers. Let your students know that this may take place. Perhaps it's because they really like the topic of ancient history and not fairy tales and fables, but maybe it's because that's really where their next goals are in writing. Hopefully, because we're in a homeschool setting, your students can look at the work that someone else is writing and find inspiration in it, and not necessarily whether or not they think that they're in an odd class. If your student feels like they're in an odd class because they're older perhaps, and they are in a class that has a lot of youngers, just let them know that writing isn't about grade level. It's just about writing and figuring out what's next best for each of us. This course will give you writing instruction, grammar, punctuation, usage, and a little bit of spelling. If you're looking for a full language art curriculum, then you'll need to supplement in literature and reading comprehension and perhaps more spelling, because that won't be as intensely taught in our course. That's what a full language arts curriculum would look like, and you would need to supplement those things if that's important to you. The technology that we will use will be Zoom. Ziteboard.com. It's our personal whiteboard. It's a whiteboard that's real time and virtual, and it can be from anywhere. Someone in Germany could write at the same time that I'm writing, and we could have a meeting together. It really helps the kids to stay engaged. It keeps them in the class instead of just having a long lecture from a teacher. That's not how I teach. And so Ziteboard is one place where we will connect. May I quickly show you how I get onto Ziteboard? When I first arrive at Ziteboard, it may look like this. And if it does, then we click Login. If you haven't been here yet before, then you need to sign up. I will say, however, that instead of putting in a username and password and then clicking the button Sign Up, if it's Google Chrome that your student is using, I really do recommend login with Google because it's smoother, it's faster. Now, I already have my username and password remembered, and so I've logged in right away. You can tell that I'm logged in because my face is right here. I go to my boards, and as I slide down to the bottom, I open up my elegant essay writing board, and I've arrived. And then I say, hi everybody, welcome to class, I missed you so much, and we enjoy ourselves. If you have either a phone or a tablet or even a laptop that has a draw pad, it can allow them to use their finger and draw on a screen, and it can be a little bit smoother for them instead of just a click mouse. If you don't have those options, it works just fine, but that's something that you may choose to do if you can support your student that way. One of the last few things that I want to show you is Google Classroom. Perhaps you're familiar with it already. If not, here's how it goes. I'm going to go to Google Classroom. Here I am on my daughter's user. I'm going to click on one of the classes that she has. As I go to classwork, I can see a long list of everything that's been assigned, but once I'm at classwork, where you really want to go is to view your work. Here's why. Once you click there, you can see everything that's been assigned. You can also see what has been returned back. You can see the score that your student received on it and whether or not it was done late. You can also click on missing, and as you do that, you get a quick glimpse at the things that still need to be turned in. And then you can say, hey, we have some work to do. And as you click on it, for example, notice that I clicked on View Details right there. Sorry that I did that so quickly. Let's say that I'm ready to turn in my work. Well, I'm going to click Add or Create, and I have either the Google Drive doc that I've been typing in, In this case, I'll add a new file. Let's say that I have an image from my phone. This happens to be computer-based, however. Let's say that I have an image from my phone, and so I want to upload that. Well, if this is a picture of my homework, and I chose a really large file, but that's okay. If this is a picture of my homework, then as soon as it's uploaded, all I have to do is click Turn In. The original assignment is sitting there. My homework is now turned in as well, and I click Turn In. If your student does not click Turn In, I won't know that they submitted anything and they'll get a 0. So that Turn In button is super important. So they have to click Turn It In. And now they've submitted their work. That's what Google Classroom is like. And so if that starts to feel complicated, or you want me to walk through it more simply for you and or your child, just let me know, because again, I'm here to help and I want to be low stress. Okay, I do have a couple of YouTube links. It's a playlist. I have a YouTube playlist that gives ideas or ways that things can be done using technology. As I follow this link, you can see the playlist. And so right here, how to save a document or review suggested edits is one video that I could watch. If the technology feels scary, then this is a place where you could go and watch and go, oh, that's how they do it. Right here is how we can upload files from a phone. So that is the list of the playlist that I have of some helps. And the last thing is that I'm simply here to help. Text me. If you text me at 3 a.m. because that's when you're thinking of the homework, go for it. That's fine. My phone won't beep me during that time. It has a silent mode while I sleep. Feel free to text me. It's the fastest way to get a hold of me. You can also email me, brendacroziertutors@gmail.com, and you can also call and leave a voicemail. Either way, I'm here to help. And so if you're concerned or you have a question, feel free to reach out. You're not bothering me. And if I'm busy with my own kids at that moment, then I won't respond right away. And when I do get time, then I'll respond to you. So please do reach out. I don't want anything to feel frustrating or difficult. I hope that this school year will feel smooth once we get into the groove of things. If you still have questions, please just let me know. And I'm happy to meet with you. And otherwise, I will teach your students these same things on our first day of class, like how to upload a document into Google Classroom. And we'll all get onto Ziteboard together. And hopefully we'll have some fun. I look forward to visiting with you, especially if you need me. Have a great day, you guys.